There is a tiny spice sitting in almost every kitchen in the world, costing less than a cup of tea, and yet when you place just 3 of them in one specific spot in your home, money has a way of finding its way back to you. Hello there, I am Master Lin, a feng shui expert with over 30 years of experience in researching and applying traditional feng shui to modern life. Before you roll your eyes and think 3 little cloves, how could something so small possibly change anything? Let me ask you this. Have you ever noticed how the wealthiest, most peaceful homes you have ever walked into are almost never the ones with the most expensive furniture? Something else is going on in those homes. Something you can feel the moment you step through the door. And today I am going to show you one of the oldest, quietest secrets behind it. A secret that costs you almost nothing. I have to be honest with you. For a long time, I did not take cloves seriously either. In my early years studying under my teacher, I thought the real work of feng shui was in the big things. The direction a house faced, the placement of the front door, the position of the stove, and those things do matter. But my teacher, an old man who had seen more homes than I had seen years, used to keep a small handful of cloves in a folded cloth in his pocket. One day I finally asked him why. He smiled and said something I have never forgotten. He said, "The universe does not measure your wealth by how much you spend. It measures it by how much attention you pay." And that is what this little spice is really about. So before we go any further, if you have ever felt like you work hard, you do everything right, and somehow your money still drains away before the month is even over, do me a favor and leave a comment below that simply says, "I am ready to let wealth find me." Saying it out loud, even just typing it, is the first small shift. And if this video ends up helping you, subscribe to the Master Lin channel and stay with me, because the spot I am about to reveal is one most people walk past a dozen times a day without ever realizing what it could do for them. Now let me explain why cloves of all things. In feng shui and in nearly every old tradition across the world, the clove is treated as a guardian. Look at its shape. It is small, dense, dark, tightly closed, almost like a tiny nail holding something in place. And that is exactly its energetic job. The clove does not scatter energy, it anchors it. Where so many objects in a home leak energy outward, the clove draws energy inward and holds it still, the way a stone holds warmth long after the sun goes down. Its scent is warm, sweet, and slightly fiery, which in the language of the 5 elements is the perfect bridge between fire, the energy of activity and recognition, and earth, the energy of stability and savings. Money that comes in but cannot be held is just fire with no earth beneath it. The clove gives that fire somewhere to rest. There is also something the old texts understood long before anyone could explain it scientifically. Scent is the only one of our senses that reaches the oldest part of the brain directly, the part tied to memory, safety, and emotion. When your home carries a warm, grounding scent, Your nervous system reads it as this place is safe. I can settle here. And a settled mind makes very different decisions about money than a frightened, scattered one. So before we even talk about luck or energy, understand this. The clove is working on you, on the way you breathe in your own home, on the small daily choices that quietly decide whether you build wealth or bleed it. So, where is the spot? I know that is the question burning in your mind right now. So, let me not make you wait any longer. The spot is the inside corner of your front entrance, specifically the corner diagonally across from the door, the first place your eyes land when you walk in. In Feng Shui, this is one of the most important wealth points in the entire home because the front door is the mouth through which all energy, opportunity, and yes, money enters your life. Energy comes through that door like a guest, and that diagonal inner corner is where that guest decides whether to sit down and stay or turn around and leave. For most people, that corner is dead space, a pile of shoes, a bag they meant to deal with last week, or simply nothing at all, empty and unnoticed. And that is the tragedy, because that corner is quietly deciding the fortune of the entire household. Here is what to do, and I want you to do it slowly, with intention, because how you place the cloves matters as much as where. Take 3 whole cloves, fresh ones, not old dusty ones that have lost their scent. Because a clove with no fragrance has no life left in it to give. Place them together in a small dish, a clean white or earthy colored one if you have it, or wrap them in a small square of red or gold cloth if you prefer something hidden. Set that dish in the corner I described, and as you set it down, this is the part most people skip. Pause for one breath and say quietly to yourself what you are inviting in. Not money for its own sake, but what money would let you do. Rest for your tired body. Help for someone you love. The freedom to stop worrying. The clove does not respond to greed. It responds to clarity. Why 3? Not 1, not 5, 3. In this tradition, 3 is the number of creation and movement, the meeting point between heaven, earth, and the human being standing between them. 1 clove is a wish, 2 is a balance, but 3 is a current, a small steady flow rather than a single still drop. 1 clove sitting alone tends to hold energy in place, which is good for protection but slow for wealth. 3 cloves placed, touching one another, create gentle circulation, and wealth, as I have said many times, is never about how much you can pile up in one spot. It is about flow. Money that moves toward you, through you, and onward into your life is alive. Money clutched in a fist suffocates. 3 cloves remind your home and remind you that prosperity is meant to flow. Let me tell you about a woman I worked with, because I think you will recognize a little of yourself in her. She ran a small shop and she was exhausted in the way that only people who are trying very hard get exhausted. She told me, "Master Lin, I do not understand. I open earlier than anyone. I close later than anyone. And somehow I am the one always short at the end of the month." When I visited her shop, the first thing I saw was the entrance. The moment you walked in, there was a cardboard box of returns, a broken umbrella, and a stack of papers she had been meaning to sort for 2 months, all crammed into that exact inner corner. The wealth point of her entire business was being used as a place to dump the things she did not want to look at. I had her clear it completely. Then I had her place 3 cloves in a small white dish on a clean shelf in that corner. I will not tell you a fairy tale and say money rained from the sky the next morning. What happened was quieter and I think more real. She told me a few weeks later that the corner being clean made her pause every time she walked in, and that pause changed her whole mood walking into work. She started greeting customers differently. She noticed an old supplier she had been avoiding and finally called him back, and that call turned into her best account of the year. Did the cloves earn her the money? No. But they changed the corner changed her attention, and her attention changed everything else. That is how feng shui actually works, not magic, attention. Now I have to give you the warnings, because a thing done carelessly can do the opposite of what you intend. First, do not leave the cloves there forever and forget them. This is the most common mistake. A clove gives its energy through its scent, and once that scent fades, usually after about a month, it has become an empty shell, exactly the kind of stagnant dead object I am always warning you to remove from your home. Old scentless cloves left in the wealth corner do not just stop helping. They start working against you, holding stale energy in the most important spot in your house. So replace them with the moon. When the new moon comes, take the old 3 out, thank them quietly, and throw them away outside the home, never in the kitchen bin where they will sit. Then place 3 fresh ones. This rhythm of renewal is itself part of the practice. It keeps you in the habit of tending to your own prosperity instead of setting it and forgetting it. Second, keep that corner clean before the cloves ever go down. 3 cloves placed on top of dust and clutter is like planting a seed on concrete. The cloves cannot fix a corner you refuse to clear. Their job is to hold and circulate good energy, not to fight a losing battle against a mess. So sweep it, wipe it, give it light if you can. A clean corner with 3 cloves will always do more than a neglected corner with 30. And third, Do not turn this into desperation. I have seen people who, the moment they hear something like this, run and place cloves in every corner of the house, under the bed, in their car, in their wallet, in their shoes, as if the more they scatter, the more they will receive. Understand this clearly. Energy responds to intention, not quantity. 3 cloves placed with calm, grateful attention in one correct spot will always do more than 300 scattered in panic. Scattering is the energy of fear, and fear repels the very abundance you are chasing. The single most attractive quality a home can have in Feng Shui and in life is the quiet confidence of enough. Place your 3 cloves like someone who already trusts that good things are coming, not like someone begging for them. If your front entrance truly will not work, if you live somewhere the door opens straight into a wall, or the corner simply cannot be cleared, there is one more place that carries the same wealth energy, and that is the far left corner of your home as you stand in the doorway looking in. In the old maps of energy, this is the corner most tied to abundance and resources. Treat it exactly the same way. Clean it, place your 3 fresh cloves with intention, renew them with each new moon. The principle never changes. Wealth gathers where attention, cleanliness, and grounding meet. I want to leave you with the part that matters more than the spice itself. Because the truth is, the cloves are not the secret. The cloves are the reminder. They are 3 small dark points sitting in the most important corner of your home, asking you every single time you pass them, are you tending to your prosperity or are you ignoring it? Are you walking into your home with gratitude or with that heavy defeated slump so many of us carry through our own front doors without noticing? The people whose homes feel rich, the ones you can sense the moment you step inside, are not rich because of clothes. They are rich because they pay attention to their space, their energy, and the way they move through their own lives. The clothes simply make that attention visible. They turn a forgotten corner into a small daily ceremony. And a life full of small daily ceremonies of care is, in the end, the only reliable home that wealth has ever wanted to live in. So tonight, before you sleep, walk to your front door. Look at that inner corner the way you have never looked at it before. Clear it. Place your 3 cloves. Take one breath and let your home know with that one small act that you are finally ready to receive. A tiny action today might just be the turning point your whole destiny has been waiting for. If something in this video reached you, leave a comment below that says, I am opening the door to abundance. That small sentence is a seed, and seeds planted with intention have a way of growing in surprising directions. And do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Master Lin channel, because there are still so many quiet secrets waiting for us in the episodes ahead. Until next time, may your home stay warm, may your corners stay clean, and may wealth always find your door wide open.